So hello, this evening we're going to work with amigurumis. Amigurumis are soft toys, like you have the teddy bears, you have the bunny for Easter, you have the snowman. So we want to learn how to start the amigurumis. They're made from 3D shapes. So we're going to talk about oval shapes, ball shapes, cylinder shapes and all that. Once you're able to get a grip of the ball shape, cylinder shape, you would be able to go as far as you can in the making of amigurumis. Now the first thing we'll need to know again is to make our magic ring. For revision's sake, I'll go over the making of magic ring once again. Now with the magic ring, you bring your yarn to the front of your fingers like this, and then you take it round and make a fist, making sure that the longer yarn is at the back of the first yarn that you want around your finger. Now the next thing is to bring the crochet hook through and bring in the yarn again, like we did the last time. We yarn over to release the yarn and we made a knot which we call the slip knot. Once this is done, we have a magic ring here, and we now have to work inside the magic ring. We'll be working inside the magic ring. We'll make 6 single crochet in the magic ring. The first thing before we make our 6 single crochet is to make a chain. That chain will help us to identify where we're starting the round. So when we come back, we'll actually see the bump, and then we'll know that that's the beginning of the round. So we'll make, that's 1 single crochet done, 2 done. I'm making them inside the magic ring, 3 done. We're going to make 6, this 4 done, now we have 1, 2, 3, 4 done. This is the 5th one, and this is the 6th single crochet we're making inside the magic ring. So we have 6 stitches made. 1, 2, 3. We count the V's like I always say. 4, 5, 6. So the next thing is to pull the yarn and close up the round. Like I always say, remove the hook for now so you can close up your round very well. You can close up the round. Now we've closed up our little round. We have 6 stitches there, 6 single crochet in there. Now we need to start expanding the stitches. The first thing is we're going to make the 6 stitches, we're going to make it into 12. So every round will be increased by 6 stitches. So now, like I said before, the first thing is to close up this round with a slip stitch. So we slip it all the way through. So the round is closed now. I will always make a chain before the single crochet. Now the reason for the chain is to give it a bump at the end that will always let us know that we've come to the end of that round each time we get back to that bump. So I've made the chain now, and I'm going to make 2 single crochet in each of the stitches that we have here. So this is 1, 2. The next stitch I'm going to make 2 again. Sorry. That's 3, 4. The next stitch I'm going to make another 2 stitches. 5, 6. The next one, which is the 4th one, I'm going to make another set of stitches. Now we should always follow our V's. Remember that the V, each V equal a stitch. So I've made 6 here. I'm going for my next V, and I go into the 2 legs of the V. So this is 7, and 8. Then I go into the next V, 9 and 10, single crochet, and I go into the last V, which is the 6th stitch that I made in the previous round. So 11, and 12. Now I have my 12 stitches done. The 12 stitches, we remember, was made from the previous 6. So what we are doing in essence is we're actually increasing each stitch. We were increasing each stitch by another stitch. This time around, we're going to increase subsequent, the second stitch by 1. So it's going to be 1 stitch in the first stitch. The next one will be 2 stitches. So we have 1 stitch, 2 stitches, 1 stitch, 2 stitches, and as such we're going to have 18 single crochet at the end of the 3rd round. So I'm going to close up this round again with my slip stitch as usual. I'll make a chain, go into that same stitch and make a stitch, a single crochet stitch. The next stitch I will make 2 single crochet stitches in the same stitch. So I've just made 3, 1 in the first one, 2 in the second one. The next one will be 1 again, and then it will be 2 in the next one, 2 single crochet in the next one. So I have 6 now. The 7th one will be single crochet 1. The 8th one will be 2, will accommodate 2 stitches. So I'll have 8 and 9 in the same stitch. The next one will be, the 10th one will be 1 stitch, and the 11th one will be 2 stitches in it. So this will be 11, 12. The 13th one will be 1 stitch, and the 14th will be 2 stitches. So it will be 14 and 15. The next one, which is the 16th, will be 1 stitch, and the 18th stitch, the 17th stitch will be 2 stitches in the same stitch. So this now becomes 17 and 18. So at the end of this round, we now have 18 stitches. Can we see now that we increase each round by 6 stitches? Because we started with 6 stitches. Initially it was 6 stitches, and then we increased each of the stitches by 1, and we got 12 stitches. Now we increased alternate stitch by 1, and we have 18 stitches. If we're going to make a 4th round, it's going to be 1 stitch in the first one, 1 stitch in the second one, and then 2 stitches in the third one. So that will make 4. And by the end of that round, we will have 24. So that's how to increase the size, the stitches when we're making our amigurumis. This forms the base for the shapes, whether it is cylinder shape or ball shape. This forms the base for it. Now, if I was going to make a ball shape, the next thing I will do will be, as usual, close this up, close the round up with my slip stitch, and then make a stitch each in each of the stitches until I get my 18 stitches. And I'll go up 4 or 5 more rounds like that. So I'm going to make my chain as always. The chain will form the bump to let me know where I started the round when I come back to it. And then I'm going to make 1 stitch in each of the stitches. So this is 3 now, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, always count, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. So we can see from this round that our ball shape is already beginning to form. We can see it's going in now. Before it was flat, but now it's beginning to form the shape, because we're no longer increasing the stitches. If we were to increase the stitches by another 6, it would have been flat, but now it's curving in because we're no longer increasing the stitches. Now I'm going to close up this round. I'm going to make my chain and go back into it to make another 18 stitches across. So I'm not increasing my stitch. This is the second one, the third, the fourth, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, You should always remember that we'll be working with the longer yarn. So this is 12. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Now I've come to the end of this row, of this round again. You can see the bump here. That tells me that I'm at the end of the round and I need to close it up with a slip stitch. So I'll go into the first one, the first stitch that was made in that round, and I do my slip stitch. Now, as we can see, this small ball, this small shape is already caving in to look like half ball, like the half of a ball. Now, in the next video, we're going to learn how to decrease the stitches again so that we could close it up and have our little ball. We can see, if you like, you could call this a small heart. The next video, we're going to learn how to decrease the stitches again. So what we did here was to increase the stitches, and we retained it at the point when we wanted the shape to come up at 18 stitches. It depends on the size of the object you're making. Now, the next video, we would learn how to decrease this 18 to 12 to 6 to, and then until we come to one stitch. Then we'll close it up, and we're going to also put some fillings, toy fillings or stuffings into this small shape, which I call the 3D shape. By that time, it's going to be like a ball. So see you next time. See you in the next class. Thank you.